And we're live from Rico Automation. Today, myself and Sam, we're just going to talk a little bit about the coronavirus, in particular how our industry, the robotics industry, is helping to combat against COVID-19 and just the things, we're trying to help in general.
Yeah, so I'm sure you're all aware of what's happening and everything, and China have now made some good steps towards loosening restrictions, and I don't want to say a lot of that, but a lot of industries have definitely helped in that fight, including the robotics industry, against the virus, and have implemented a lot into hospitals and a lot on the streets. So we're just going to go over a couple of videos that we found quite interesting. So the first one I wanted to go over was a video of a Omron LD. I'm not sure which model of LD it was, but it was actually in South Korea in one of the hospitals, moving things from place to place, limit the flow of people throughout the hospital, limit the opportunity for contracting viruses, especially in an environment like a hospital where,
Well, yeah, it's just a lot of cross-contamination, really, isn't it? It's the benefit of it. You've got other units that are carrying medicine, could be food, just anything you can think of, really, that can eliminate human manhandling, basically. So you've got that. There's other cobots in there I've seen in hotels, carrying food to doors and things like that, and it's quite good actually. It'll go up to the doors and it'll actually read out the number of the door. So you've got that room number. It'll go up to it, say this is your food on shelf 1. Can you take it? Press finish and carry on. Then the cobot will actually detach itself from the door and go around, and it'll just keep doing it, and it just takes out the risk of human going there and doing it. So it's really good. Yeah,
there's been a lot of use of particularly mobile robots, it seems.
Yeah.
In particular.
Yeah.
So for example, I saw another one in Hong Kong, which was used to disinfect subways. So they'd load it with hydrogen peroxide, and they'd spray it in a mist form. And in a mist form, if it hangs around in that environment for 15 minutes, it would kill all the bacteria, including coronavirus, or so they claim.
Yeah, I've seen.
So
Oh, go on. No, carry on. Go on.
It's just a good way of, in such a area where people are so densely packed in like a subway, using a robot for that use is so ideal for something like that. Because by the end of that, everything's clean and it's ready for the next day.
Yeah, I've seen something a little bit like, not like that so much, but it's a disinfectant, and it's kind of like an arch that they've created, and people now on the way to work in China, they are going in this massive disinfectant arch, and it's just power spraying them full of it.
Is it like a chemical thing?
Yeah. People on the way to work, and they're just going, and it's spraying it down there. We'll get the video up, and you can see it. It's bizarre, but not only that though, they're doing the UV disinfectant as well. I see that a lot in hospitals.
I've seen the UV one. Yeah, they're quite interesting because I read a quick thing about it. It said it would go into a room and tell people the robot would actually physically tell people what it was about to do, and they'd have to leave the room, and it would take 15 minutes, go around.
That's it. Yeah.
And UV light all the walls. And completely disinfect the room. So things like that, definitely such a huge help in the moment. And then there's other ones. We've got a company. I think it was a company that mobilized a universal robot, and it went from patient to patient to check temperatures,
self-disinfectant as well, is it?
Yeah, self-disinfectant as soon as it left the room, and it had cameras on it, right?
That's it, yeah, cameras, so you can just, like I said, eliminate the risk of anyone being there.
No one even had to be in the room.
Yeah.
It didn't have to be close to the robot at all, so it completely eliminated that risk.
I think it does ultrasounds as well. I think it actually does ultrasounds as well, yeah, so it does temperature checks and ultrasounds, yeah. Really been a good kit.
Right. Very cool.
Yeah.
And then the other one we had was the ones that China, and I believe may have been in the US as well. I'm not entirely sure. The humanoid robots that are going around, telling people symptoms and sort of checking temperatures.
I did see they had a humanoid robot in America. I don't know what state it was in, and they actually banned it because it was scaring people.
Really?
Yeah. Rather than I suppose if you've never seen it before, I suppose it could be a bit scary, but apparently it got banned. So.
Right.
But
I thought I saw something about it, but
yeah,
in the US.
I'd say it's more. I suppose it's more in China and especially Wuhan. I've seen a lot of cobots being deployed there. This is where it's really picking up. Like, I don't think we've got anything in the UK, not that I know of, in terms of
nothing like that.
No, not in terms of this, but China very big. I'd imagine in America there probably is something, but
so the one in China has actually got an infrared thing which checks temperatures, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's the one. It patrols subways and airports and things like that, and even on the streets, it'll actually pick up your temperature. If you're wearing a face mask, if it thinks that you're ill, then it'll actually fire off a siren, and I do believe police can actually use it to send commands through the Cobot,
really?
So remotely. So
wow.
Yeah, if you're ill, blah, 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 you need to go home or you need to go to hospital, whichever. So they can just talk straight through it. Yeah, really cool, really cool.
Yeah, so robotics and cobots definitely been a big help, and will continue to be a big help.
Yeah,
with the fight against coronavirus. I know China made good use of them, so maybe that's some advice we should all look at.
Well, yeah. I mean, hopefully, yeah. The rest of the world can take a look at it and just move forward with it. I mean, I know a lot of the stuff I've seen on here, this company's actually purposely building it for this, specifically to do this job. So, who's to say, 5, 10, 15 years, maybe people will look at it after this and go, well, we can actually use these on a day-to-day basis. So, just be interesting to see where the future lies for robotics and automation in the hospital industry. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty much all the videos we've got, isn't it? So I think we'll call it a day there. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.